Guys, it's like 4 in the morning, no exaggeration. Against my better judgment, I'm doing another episode tonight. I should probably go on to bed, but yeah, we're doing one more. Crash is practicing his yo-yo in there, and but yeah, we're just gonna go ahead. We're gonna get right into it. And then once we wrap this up, then I'll probably get ready for bed and start making healthier choices moving forward in the future with my life. Yeah, that ain't happening. Alright, here we go. Part 2 of Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and we will start with Barret, which this may end up being a pretty embarrassing one here, because this is a kind of a tricky level. These polar bear riding levels, it's kind of becomes an auto runner. And yeah, so we got to break all the boxes here, and if I miss a box, then I will die on purpose, because I would like to try to get all the boxes. Like I said in the last episode, I don't know if I'm going for 100% here, but I don't know. We'll get what we can. Yeah, this gets really tricky to get those on the slippery ground here, but yeah, welcome back, guys. If I didn't already say that, we got the crystal already. We're doing pretty good. These little I don't know what you call these little Easter Island totem pole looking things. It's like bunny rabbits are. They kind of remind me of like a chocolate bunny you'd get at Easter that's like wrapped in the foil. You know what I'm talking about? So I've got like marshmallow in the middle or something. So yeah, I'm getting hungry now. But yeah, these levels are always a lot of fun. Again, they are kind of on the trickier side, because just like one hit and we're dead. See, I can't touch any of that. Oh, we're dead. Some of these jumps get pretty tricky to make. So again, not a flawless no death playthrough like with Mario 64, but that's okay. We it's not really that fun if it's too easy, and I'm sure it makes for better content if I'm just blowing my way through it. Where's the fun in that? Okay, missed a box, so we're going to get ourselves killed here. I love how the polar bear doesn't die, but Crash is just like, no, you're coming with me, pal. He's got him under his arm. He's just carrying him to heaven. I don't know how that works where the bear's not actually dead. Will he just like, once they get up to the stratosphere, then it's just like, no, Crash can go on, but you got to stay. Okay, I got a little distracted there. It's a very gruesome death animation. That's one of the best parts about Crash Bandicoot, is all of the death animations. See, I'm just dying on purpose. That way, everybody can just see all of the unique death animations for Crash. But that one there, when you get blown up by the nitro, Crash's underwear and his shoes blow off, and I think you can even see his eyeballs just kind of bouncing there. Just his eyeballs get left behind. I wouldn't say it's the most gruesome Crash Bandicoot death. That would probably be in Crash 3. There's an enemy that wields a sword, and if you get hit with that guy, Crash just slices in half. His torso just kind of like falls off his legs. It's kind of done in a Looney Tunes fashion, but I don't know, where this game's got such realistic graphics and shading and texture work and everything, it's a little disturbing. But we probably will play Crash 3 and Crash 1 at some point. I just wanted to start with Crash 2 because it's my favorite of the trilogy, my favorite Crash game, period. Yeah, this is, I want to say this one here is another boulder level. What else we got? We got the Eel Deal, that's a good one. Snow Biz, Air Crash. Let's, Eel Deal. Screw it, we're doing Eel Deal. Oh, and there's Crash's sister, Coco, who we can play as. That's something they added in the remake. It's another really nice feature. It was unnecessary, but I appreciate it. We can play as Crash's sister, Coco, if you want to switch characters. I might demonstrate that later, but I don't know. I kind of just like playing as Crash because he's the OG, you know. That's what I remember from back in the day. But yeah, these sewer levels are a lot of fun. Probably some of my favorites in the game. I gotta dodge those propellers. Then we've got these eels here that electrocute the water, so you want to make sure that you're not in it when that happens. You gotta time it just right. But yeah, I really love the aesthetic of these sewer levels. Kind of, I guess, taking a page out of Mario a little bit. Although Mario, I really don't know how often Mario does like sewer levels specifically, but kind of the idea of, you know, got a bunch of pipes and whatnot. So we've got another fork in the road. We go left and right. I think we want to go right first. Yeah, because we can break this, and I could be mistaken. Some levels have really obscure secrets. Again, it's one of those things, I don't know how you would figure it out without a guide. I think this is a fake wall. Yeah. Okay, this is a fake wall. We go through here and get a secret a gem, a hidden gem, if you will, which I would say Crash Bandicoot 2 is, but it's pretty beloved, so it's not exactly a hidden gem. We will play some hidden gems on this channel, though, I'm sure. But we, we'll get this secret gem here. If we keep going, it just takes us straight to the end of the level, which. Or no, actually, I guess we do have to go back. So yeah, we'll have to manually go all the way back through. And again, you heard me talk about this in my in the previous episode. I hate whenever the game does this, which it does pretty frequently. One of my few nitpicks in an otherwise stellar game. I love Crash Bandicoot 2 so much. Perfect in almost every way. But I hate these moments where you've got to go back toward the camera because your field of view is not great. You can't see nearly as much going backwards as you can going forward, like that stupid rat. So yeah, I should have thought to kill all the enemies. Almost touched that nitro there. Fortunately, we've got our mask guy here to protect us, Aku Aku, who back in the day playing this game as a kid, my brother and I, we didn't know that the name of that mask was Aku Aku. Whatever you bust it open, it'll go Unamaga. So we always just called him Unamaga because that's just like, well, that's the sound it makes, so that's what we're going to call him. I don't know what they're actually saying there. Apparently, a lot of people think that it sounds like he's saying Rutabaga, but I don't know. I don't really hear that personally. Yeah, my brother and I always just heard it as Urabaga. But yeah, we got another little bonus area here. These are always kind of interesting because they're more of a traditional side scroller in a way, and they tend to be a little bit more puzzly. Like to get all the boxes in them, sometimes you have to think outside of the box, so to speak. This one's pretty straightforward though. Not really anything too crazy going on here. But yeah, in the last episode we had one where there's like a switch I had to hit and then kind of had to go back. I had to save some of the blocks and not break them because I needed to use them as a platform. But yeah, I think okay, so we should be able to slide into this rat. No, okay, maybe not. I guess we can't slide into that guy. Well, we did, but we got hurt. But we did take out one of the propellers, which is what I was wanting to do there. But we lost our Aku Aku, our Urabaga. Then we got these gray boxes here, these metallic ones that can't be broken with a spin or a slide. We have to do a belly flop to break those, which is another new move in this game that wasn't in the first Crash game. Pretty similar to Mario's, ground pound ability. Doesn't really get a lot of use outside of just breaking those specific boxes that can only be broken with it. Yeah, I really can't think any other time when that really comes in handy in particular. But yeah, these areas get a little tricky. You've got these tight corridors here. There's not as much room to jump around, where it's kind of easy to die if you're not careful. But we're making our way through here. So yeah, we are making pretty good progress. I think I definitely will call it once we finish the second world here, the second floor. Because like just from talking from part one and now this one, my jaw muscles are getting tired just from talking so much. I'm not used to it. People who know me in real life know that I am very. I'm not the most outgoing person. That's kind of why the channel's called the Nintintrovert. It's a play on Nintendo, but also introvert, which is my personality type. I'm definitely more on the introverted side of things. And yeah, this is a lot of talking for me that I'm not really used to doing all that much. So, but yeah, here we just kind of got to make short little hops. Because again, this is very tricky. Okay, so there's the end. Do this one last little jump there. Got all the boxes. Good deal. It's always a very sad day. We've fortunately not run into that yet, but once you get to the end of the level and you miss just one box or just two boxes, it's just and you got to redo the whole thing. It's especially a problem in Crash 4. That game's got some very obscure hiding spots, and the levels are massive and go on forever, and it's really easy to miss a box. But we've got all of our gems there. We got our special green gem. I think there's 5 colored gems we should be able to see in the menu here. Yeah, so we've got 2 of them, the blue and the green, so there's 3 more of those to find. And getting those actually fills in special platforms that you can step on that will take you to like a special little area with like a hard challenge. We did one back in World 1, and I didn't think to acknowledge it. Yeah, here's where we can switch to Crash's sister, Coco, who we could not play as in the previous or in the original version. I guess we might as well. We'll try her out once. We'll do. Let's see, which button do I press? R2 to switch to Coco. We'll do one level with her because why not? We'll do the snow level. I don't know, that feels like a good level to have her out for. I don't know. We'll probably switch back after this. Like I said, I'm not as big of a fan playing as Coco just because, you know, the name of the game's Crash Bandicoot. That's how it originally was back in the day. And so for nostalgia purposes, I like being Crash. But it is a really neat addition, though. I'm glad they put this in here for people who want something a little bit different. It's just a nice little bit of extra, I don't know if you really call it extra content per se. It's just not like they added any levels, really. There's a couple levels in the Insane Trilogy. There's literally 2 that weren't in the original game. But not for Crash 2. There's one new level for Crash 1 and then one for Crash 3. But yeah, it's a nice little extra thing to have. We gotta look out for these porcupine guys. They can be a bit annoying. They've got these quills that they stick out, and then they will retract them. And while they're out, you can't actually hurt it, so you've got to be very careful. Okay, so we needed the red gem for this one, so we have to come back. I don't think we'll be able to get all the boxes on this one, maybe. I don't know. It could just be an alternate gem that doesn't involve collecting boxes. We'll still get all the boxes that we come across just in case, but I kind of think this might be one where when we get to the end, we'll probably be missing like 30 boxes or something, which sometimes does happen because you have to play other levels first and then come back and replay this level, which I guess is kind of, that's always a tricky one to make there, which I guess is kind of padding, you could argue, a little bit of artificial replay value there, but I don't mind it too much. I think it is kind of interesting having to go back and replay levels and seeing something a little different that you didn't see the first time. So yeah, it's kind of a cheap way to pad the game out, but I don't really mind it. I think it serves a purpose. The ice physics in this game are very slippery. As you'll see, once we do one of the harder, what's known as the death routes on one of these ice levels, it might even be this one when we've got that red gem to fill in that platform. I'm not sure, but you know, you've got a bunch of like it's all just icy floors, and it is ridiculous just how your momentum can go from 0 to 100 and vice versa when you're sliding on ice. You can go from like just kind of running in place and not going anywhere to just full on like zooming across the place, and you're having to dodge nitro boxes, and it's ridiculous. So you're probably going to see a lot of deaths once we get to that point. If I do that, if I go for 100% and go back and replay whichever level it is, which we might do like I did with Mario 64, where that was something I was saying in the last episode, but that might have been one of the things where I got distracted and didn't finish my point. But yeah, where we just kind of beat the game regularly, not necessarily going for 100%. But then I just kind of put a pin in it to possibly go back and update this playthrough later on with you know, additional bonus episodes, so to speak, where we go back through and do the extra stuff that I didn't do the first time around. So we'll see. You know, I may end up doing it all in once. I don't know. I kind of think that might be the game plan, though. It's just work on just beating the game, just get through it, and then potentially go back later and you know, do a little cleanup and get whatever we missed some other time. Yeah, okay, 63 out of the 125. I said we might miss 30 or 40, but I was way off base there. We only got like half of the boxes. So yeah, that's where we have to come back later once we've got the red gem and everything, and redo that one. So we won't worry about that for the time being or anything. We'll just book it onto the next one, and I'll switch back to our boy Crash here because yeah, we are sick and tired of Coco. But like I said, I think it is cool that you can play as her. Something I would really like to see that I think would be kind of neat if they come out with a Crash game in the future that has co-op. where you can maybe play as Crash and player 2 can be Coco, playing through the game together. I don't know how that would work because where the levels are kind of linear and the platforming is kind of made to be pretty tricky. They'll probably have to take a more open approach and maybe make it not as difficult because, like in Crash, as you'll see as we go on, and as you've probably already seen, there'll be a lot of times where there's platforms you step on that break away, and then you don't have anywhere else to land. And so it's like if you've got 2 people, they're going to have to do something different. And okay, here's actually a secret level here. This is one of those things. I'm going to let my mask run out. Because it will destroy those boxes. This is kind of hard. I might not get this my first try. We got to be very precise. Another one of those things where without the internet, if you didn't have the strategy guide, I don't know how you would have figured this out. We got to bounce across each of these boxes, land on that little tiny square platform over there, and then we will be warped to a new area. So let's. Okay, good. First try. We got it. So now that will take us to somewhere. I forget exactly which one this is. Okay, Snow Ghost. So that's back to the one. Is that the one that we just did, or no? This is okay. So I remember what this one here is. This is back in the first world. There was the red gem, and I said we couldn't get it right then. Yeah, I probably should have played these in a different order because if I had done this one before we did that other level where the red gem needed filled in, then we could have just went ahead and done that and got all the boxes on that, if that makes sense. I feel like I just babbled incoherently there, and probably nothing I just said made sense. But this isn't the hardest one. This will help where we've got the invincibility mask here. But this is one of those where it's got some pretty tricky. I don't even know if I want to worry about these extra lives and stuff. But yeah, this gets really hard because look at these ice physics here. If you do a slide, Crash is like moonwalking here. Like he cannot change direction for a good couple seconds. Like he's still just going backwards. And so it gets kind of ridiculous here to get through these without getting hurt. I don't know if I'll die a bunch on this one in particular. But there's another one later on that's got these slidey physics where we are probably going to die a lot. And when I say a lot, I'm talking it might take us 30 attempts or something because it gets tough. Yeah, we can just blow up all this stuff because we've got our invincibility mask here. See, now even just this right here seems kind of simple, but I had to make sure that Crash had no more momentum. See, where I didn't land on that all the way, it caused Crash to slide down onto the platform, and then he just moonwalked all the way off. So yeah, this gets it gets a little crazy here with these ice physics, and that was just me being stupid. I can't blame the physics on that one. But yeah, we'll give it another go here. We don't have our masks to protect us from harm, unfortunately. So one hit and we're dead. Okay, there we go. We've got one mask. So he's got like kind of the rainbow colored feathers. When we grab 2 of them, then all the feathers are yellow and orange. For whatever reason, that's the visual cue that you've got that you can take 2 hits of damage. And then if you grab 3, then you turn invincible for a temporary amount of time, and that hurt. So let's go back here and grab this other mask. We'll grab those extra lives while we're at it. They give you a lot of lives in this game. You can see we've got 50 right now, and that's for good reason, because we are probably going to die quite a lot on this playthrough. Not as much in these earlier levels, although as you've seen, we'll still be dying some. Some people say Crash Bandicoot's like one of the hardest games ever. Like, oh, it's the Dark Souls of 3D platformers. Although I've not actually, I shouldn't have jumped into that. I've never actually played Dark Souls myself to know how hard those games are. But I think it's a bit of an exaggeration. There's, in my opinion, far harder games than the Crash Bandicoot series out there. But that's not to say they aren't hard, though. As you can see with yet another death there. So hopefully we can get it on this time, because I'm worried that if I keep dying, I'll eventually run out of stuff to talk about. I'll just be sitting here awkwardly, and you'll realize why that my channel name is The Introvert. Because I assure you, although it might seem like it, I cannot go on forever, just keeping the conversation going. But I did the same mistake I did last time. It was very, very foolish of me. I like how you can see Crash's reflection here in the ice back there, kind of like a mirror, which they took out of the Switch version. And there's actually one level in Crash 3 where it's kind of borderline impossible to get all the boxes in the Switch version because like it involves reflections and you can't see the mirror to know exactly where in the reflection the box is that you need to get. But yeah, the Switch version is still a really great version of the game. It runs super well. You know, it doesn't look quite as good as on PlayStation. You know, you don't have like the 4K fidelity and everything. I think it maybe only runs at like 720p. I'm not sure. And it looks a little fuzzy, especially in handheld mode, where the resolution's even lower. But it's still surprisingly a very competent version of the game. I was very Anyway, I was very excited to see the game come over to the Switch because at the time I didn't have a. Okay, I did not touch the penguin. I don't know what the hitbox was on that, but you saw it. I did not touch that penguin. I did not engage with that penguin's no square. There's video evidence that I did not harass that penguin and make any unwanted advancements on that penguin. It's my second playthrough on YouTube and I'm already going to get canceled. The allegations are rolling in. I groped a penguin. Okay, let's take our time here. Okay, we didn't get hit that time, so that's good. Don't want to spin into that guy. We just got to, or don't want to slide into him rather. We just got to give him a little spin, so that way we don't careen into the nitro when he triggers it. But yeah, the Switch version is still a very competent version of the game. It was very surreal to me to have a portable version of Crash 2, one of my favorite games of all time, that I would just be able to play anywhere I wanted to. I could, you know, take it to college with me and play it in my dorm room back when I was in college. You know, because Crash Bandicoot, it's just a great game, and you know, to have the ability to whoa when you're on the go is great. Whoa on the go. That should have been their marketing. It's more clever than Fur K for the PS4 Pro version of the game instead of 4K. It's like, oh, you can play in Fur K because Crash is an animal. He's got fur, but it was a very cheesy ad campaign. Okay, we're at the dreaded metal box of death that has vexed me many a time, and I did the same. I gotta commit to the jump. I keep just barely doing it. Crash doesn't land all the way. This is getting a little ridiculous here. We just, once again, I did not have sexual relations with that penguin. To quote our former president, Bill Clinton. I think I almost said Billy Mays, the OxyClean guy. But no, Bill Clinton. But yeah, okay. See, we had too much momentum going there. I might just have to shut up and focus. I might just have to stop commentating for a couple minutes here and just focus on what I'm doing, because that might be the only way that we get out of here. Otherwise, I'm just going to be stuck in purgatory of me talking to my computer for days upon days, never making any further progress. So yeah, I am just not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna shut up. Okay, that's fine. That's fine with me. Okay, it's whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm so on edge right now. Literally and figuratively. Alright. Let's not do a slide. Let's just see if we can... Okay. Now I'm going to shut up again. Just focus. Okay, that's literally the furthest we've ever made it. It's maybe only an inch further, but that's still progress. Can I just slide through both of these guys and kill them at once? Okay, we're good. I think we're close to the end. Is that the last obstacle? No, don't go backwards, Crash. We want to go forward. We want to go forward as a society. Okay, so we've clearly still got some more obstacles. We got a penguin man. Oh, am I going to have to slide up this thing? Okay, good. I did not want to use my slide. Okay, we made it to the end, I'm pretty sure. Yes, we got our red gem. Now we just got to get to the end of the level and just get the heck out of here. We don't need to get all the boxes because this is an old level we've already done, and we already got all the boxes before, so let's just brute force our way through here. Get another Aku Aku, or Urabaka, no. Grab the checkpoint. Not going to stop to admire those ice pillars on the ceiling this time. Just going to get the crap out of here. Because this was just the side thing. This still isn't the that water level we were on, like the jet ski level or whatever. We still got to go back and do that one. Because we were there, we activated the little secret area to teleport to that little secret path there. But we didn't actually beat it, so we're going to have to go back and do that. And then I guess technically now that we've got the red gem, we can do the red gem path on that other snow level we were doing earlier where that wasn't filled in. But I don't think I want to do that on this episode because I want to wrap this up eventually. So yeah, let's just focus on beating the levels we've not beat yet, and we'll get that that red one. Or not the red one, but the the red path to get get all the boxes on this one here at a later time. That might be something. I don't know if we'll do that on the next episode. We might save that for the end of the game. I think they added this little sparkly effect that I'm pretty sure was not there in the original version. But anyway, where is the air crash? That's the one. So let's hop back in here, and this might be another one because I see there's 2 gems here. This might be one that we have to come back to later where we won't be able to get all the boxes, I'm not sure. But like last time, we'll just grab them all as we go and see once we get to the end if we're able to get everything. But yeah, we got those Venus flytrap sort of enemies here chomping at us. They changed them to purple in this game, which I think is a good move, because in Crash 1 they were red and kind of just looked almost exactly like Mario's piranha plants, where they've got like the the red flower petals with white polka dots. Like I said in the first episode, how Crash Bandicoot, I kind of admire that it doesn't necessarily reinvent the wheel. That it just kind of takes what works and just does it itself in a way that's just as good. I would say stuff like that's maybe a little bit borderline plagiarism when they've just got like the exact same color enemy as is in Mario. So I think changing it to purple is enough. That's kind of okay. That sets it apart. It's like that's a Crash Bandicoot fly trap and not a Mario piranha plant. So, actually, I'm remembering something about this level. This might be a little bit of a pain for us here. I think to get all of the boxes, there's a secret route, what's called the death route, however you want to pronounce that word. I use them both interchangeably, where you have to make it there without dying to attempt to do the extra difficult challenge that has either a gem at the end or it's got some extra boxes we wouldn't otherwise be able to get. So we'll see if we can get there without dying and take on the death route. Hopefully it won't be too bad here, because again I do want to wrap this up before it gets too late. I'm getting very my neck is getting very stiff here. I think I might actually leave that box from now. Remind me in the comments to come back and get that box, okay? If I forget, it's going to be all your fault. I know I'm not live streaming this, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so that platform over there, I've got to get to that without dying. I'm pointing as if you can see where I'm pointing. When obviously you can't. But yeah, it's got like a skull and crossbones. So I think I'm going to leave this one because I don't want to jump out. If you touch the water, you're just instantly dead. Crash cannot swim. I can't slide and get it, can I? No, I don't think so. I think I have to bounce off of it and then bounce back. So that's a little bit of a tricky one where it's easy to die. So we're just going to... I thought I was going to die there, but I didn't, thankfully. We'll leave that too. Just go ahead and do the death route, because if we die there trying to get that one box, this platform will be gone and we won't be able to attempt this challenge without restarting the whole level. Yeah, let's just Just see what we can do here. And this must just be for a for another crystal and not a. It doesn't look like there's any boxes or anything along this path, so that's kind of good. If we hadn't done this challenge, it wouldn't keep us from getting the gem for getting all the boxes. But yeah, so far so good. Not having too much trouble. Okay, looks like we've made it through, and there's our gem. And I don't know if we can take the death route to get back. So I think I'm just gonna die here just to save time. I think it's kind of the best strat to just die, because we keep our gem. You can should be able to. Yeah, you can see it right there. And we're back at where we were at, so now we just got to get through the level regularly while breaking all the boxes. Because yeah, we didn't want to end the level there, because then we would have to start all over getting the boxes and everything, and that's not a fun time. So let's carefully break these. The TNT, obviously, as you can see, it blows up after about 3 seconds after stepping on it. You don't want to spin it, because if you spin the TNT, that will kill you. Here we do not want to land on that platform, because there's some boxes over there we can only get by bypassing it. Let me see if I can get on this thing, because the hitbox is kind of weird. If I'm close enough to it, Crash might get on that board anyway. There we go. We should be good now. Like I said in the last episode, if you do a little spin close to the apex of Crash's jump, you can get a little extra height, which kind of makes this a little bit easier here. Okay, good deal. That got a little dicey there, but we're all good. So let us continue to make our way forward here. And the nitro boxes, even though we need to break all of the boxes to 100% the level and get the gem, the green nitro boxes, they will hurt you just for touching them. So you can leave those behind. Typically at the end of the level. Oh, does this one not have one? Maybe we are going to have to come back to this one at a later time to get all the boxes. That kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So I guess we couldn't get all the boxes our first go through on that one. But yeah, there'll be a like a green switch we can hit, like a box that'll have an exclamation mark on it that'll be green. You hit that and it detonates all the nitro. But I guess we can't get to that just yet. There must be a different route we get to from another level by taking a secret. Where was Crash keeping that? What did he just pull that out of? Did he sneak that the same way that like a terrorist would like sneak a bomb, or like somebody would sneak drugs? Like, I want to keep this channel relatively family friendly, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. He had to have put it there, because like where else could he have fit that? Anyway. Let's go on to Crash Crush, which I believe is the last one we still have left to do. And then we'll do our boss fight, which will be against the Komodo brothers. And then we will call it a wrap there. So this, I think, is another boulder level. So we will try not to get crushed, as the name of the level kind of implies here. Yeah, it's another boulder level. Have you guys seen that video where it's like the guy doing a kind of like an acapella of that? He's like it's like the video's captioned like, "My friend sent this to me while drunk at 4 in the morning with no context." And the guy's doing all the sound effects. When he grabs the Wumpa fruit, he's going like, he's making like a noise, and it's like, it's pretty ridiculous. I don't know what the name of the video. I think it might just be like, I don't know, just type in drunk guy, drunk friend, Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, just type drunk friend Crash Bandicoot and it'll probably come up. Which, don't condone drinking, but it is a very funny video. I mean, I'm not your mom. Drink if you want to, but I'm just saying we're not endorsing that here, because this is, again, try to keep this channel relatively family friendly, and yeah, as a person of faith, I don't drink myself, but if you do, that's your prerogative. Not here to pass judgment on that. So, yeah, here's like what I was talking about last episode, where Crash can kind of hover over cliffs for just a moment with his slide. So we got to time this just right. It's very tricky, because you got to not jump too late, where Crash will just fall straight down, but you don't want to jump too early, where he touches the electric fence and dies. But we got it. I was talking about Mario plagiarism. We've got these red and white polka dotted mushrooms here, which is a little suspect. It's a little sus, but we'll give them a pass for that one, because toadstools like that probably do really exist in nature. So we'll turn a blind eye to that one. This is, I might have to like sit up for this level because my monitor is kind of getting in the way where I've got my my recording set up here. So apologies if I look a little weird if I'm at an unideal angle here. Come on, I'm pretty sure I've made it through that. But yeah, I've got to kind of sit up because I've got my recording equipment like right in front of me, and it's kind of blocking my view of the bottom part of the screen a little bit. And as I've ranted about multiple times already, it is very annoying that you don't have a better field of view when you're running toward the camera. That's one thing that the remaster didn't fix that I feel like they really could have touched up a little bit. But yeah, it's really my only issue with Crash 2 or any of the games in the remaster here in terms of how they updated it. But yeah, we'll hopefully we can get it this time here. Oh, I hate these little, I don't know what they're supposed to be. These little, like, we'll call them speed bumps in the road that kind of halt Crash's progress here. You got to dodge. Okay, we dodged that one. Barely dodged that one. Once again, I'm kind of I was gonna say I'm kind of trying to shut up a little bit so I can focus without dying. So yeah, as you can see, this game, if you ever had reason to doubt before, this game is objectively harder than Super Mario 64 because again, I did not die one time in that playthrough, and on this one I have died, I don't even know, probably at least 20 times at this point. I don't know, maybe not. Somebody in the comments keep track of how many times I've died. I don't know, because I'm sure as heck not going to put in that kind of time and work. But one of you people in the comments I'll let deal with the hassle of counting my number of deaths. But yes, we got our little bonus area. It's kind of a nice breather here, because if we die in one of these again, it doesn't actually count as a death or anything. So we can kind of relax a little bit here. Yeah, just making our way through. I think we're most of the way through this level here, getting pretty close toward the end, and then again we'll just do that boss fight, and we will wrap up another episode. And I'm still not really all that sleepy, so I'll probably stay up even later than I already am. So it's going to be like 5 in the morning here. I've got the first episode currently uploading to YouTube. I'm probably going to want to stay awake and make sure that gets uploaded and everything before I go to bed, because I kind of don't think it says to keep the tab open while the video uploads. So I don't know if it will mess things up if I were to pause it and try to resume the upload tomorrow, or if you need to kind of just do it all at once. But yeah, we will just I'll just get that uploaded tonight before I go to bed, just to be on the safe side here. Hopefully get some sleep before the sun comes up, because it's 4:38 right now. I just took a quick glance down at my monitor. Okay, I missed that one. Oh, that thing doesn't break it, man. I waited to see because I wanted to make sure. I thought it would, but evidently not. So we were going to have to make sure that we get that box there, because the boulder does not break it for us. I do that every time. I don't know if I'm sliding too early, I think, because I don't want to leave Crash like crouching like at the end of the slide there, so that's why I'm jumping a little too early. So I think maybe I need to slide later so I don't jump as early. Okay, there we go. That kind of worked. Do we have another fence up ahead? I don't even remember. Okay, got that. Go, Crash, go. I guess I don't quite know this game like the back of my hand in the way that I do, or like the back of my hand in the way that I do Super Mario 64. I know a lot about this game, but yeah, I guess when I think about it, my knowledge isn't maybe quite as in depth to know exactly. Like in Mario 64, it's like, okay, I know exactly what this part is and what that part is. But I think it is just kind of easier with Mario 64 because you've got not as many levels, and they're bigger. They're kind of more open, so there's not as many like tight-knit, like intricate platforming challenges like in Crash. And also, kind of like with the boulder levels, you're not going, so fast through them where you don't have time to take in exactly what everything is. It's kind of hard to commit something to memory when you're just blazing through it. Oh, here we go, the Komodo brothers. I really like these guys. I love pretty much all the boss fights in this game. Super iconic to me. A lot of nostalgia. Which really stand out from my childhood. None of them are particularly hard that I can think of right off. The final boss kind of sucks. That's another negative that I'll say about Crash 2 is that the final boss is incredibly anticlimactic. It's just kind of like a race. You're just chasing Cortex. Okay, apparently those downed swords can hurt me, so we will make sure not to touch those this time. But yeah, the final boss is a real. It's pretty lame. Probably, no probably to it really when I think. Like it's just by far and away the worst final boss of the original Crash trilogy. Maybe any of the Crash games, honestly. But yeah, every other boss fight though, except for that final one, is a lot of fun though. I've dodged this guy's swords. What do you call these? It's kind of like the more Arabian kind of curved swords, kind of the moon shape. Is that like a what's the word for that? Is it like a? I think it starts with an S. It's like a. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I feel like I'm going to butcher it. Like a scimitar, not a. I don't know. Something like that. Not a centaur. That's a part horse, part man. But yeah, there's a word for that, like kind of sickle-shaped blade, because I'm trying to think, like in Breath of the Wild. I know you pick up some, like when you're in the Gerudo Desert. I want to think it's like a scimitar. I don't know. I give up. Forget it. My ignorance is showing. But yeah, I think, is this where... Okay, no, I thought this might be where Cortex laughs all creepily. We'll skip that. Goodbye for now, Mr. Floating Head Man. These next 5, this is probably my favorite world in the game, so I'm looking forward to us doing these next time. Got Sewer later, that's a banger level. Plant Food, banger level. Well, that one's just kind of okay. But Bear Down, banger level. Road to Ruin, banger level. Unbearable. You know what? Despite the name, this one is actually not unbearable, and it's, say it with me, a banger level. But all right, I think that's enough bangers for one day. We're gonna go ahead and save and quit here. We've got an auto save, but I'll just manually update it to be sure. Actually, no, I'm not going to manually update it, just in case, because we've got the auto save. I'll save it here. I'll save it to a separate file. The reason I'm doing this is just everything seems to be perfectly fine, but just in case we run into any issues with like the footage not recording properly or the video corrupts or something, and if I should, God forbid, have to do everything all over again, we'll be able to pick up where the previous episode ended. So we've got it saved to our separate save point. Again, I love the water effects here. I really do feel like this game is a lot prettier than Crash 4. I don't think I ever finished my point about that. I don't know if that was even... I don't even remember if that was the last episode or this one where I was talking about it, how everything looks more like Fortnite. But yeah, I never finished that thought because, like, SpongeBob... I'm just going to go on a small rant and then I'll end the video. But SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, which is another great game that we will be playing on this channel at some point, got a fantastic remaster. The Rehydrated, SpongeBob Rehydrated. It's been a big trend this generation of, like, all my favorite platformers from my childhood getting remastered, and normally they put the word re in there, like they're remaking Epic Mickey and it's rebrushed, and then Spyro Reignited, you know, throw the word re in there. But yeah, it was a fantastic, it looks gorgeous. They did such a good job making it look faithful to the original, but just with beautiful modern graphics that still retains the cartooniness, but such rich detail that makes it so realistic at the same time. But then they came out with SpongeBob Cosmic Shake, and like with Crash 4, I feel like graphically it's a step down. Like it looks more like Fortnite, where it's kind of a little bit more, I don't know if plasticky is the right word, but just more, I don't know. I feel like it takes away a lot of the personality, and I feel like games are becoming a lot more homogenized, where they've all got this same sort of Fortnite-esque art style to try to capture that audience or something. I don't know. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about, and if you agree with what I'm saying. But anyway, we're gonna call it there. It's been 45 minutes, so thank you guys once more for tuning in. Part 2 of Crash Bandicoot 2: Cortex Strikes Back. We'll try to wrap up this playthrough and maybe 3 more episodes, because I think there's 5 worlds in the game. We're going to knock out like a world per episode. So this one's 45 minutes. These are a little bit longer, but that's fine if they're not around the 30-minute length like the Mario 64 ones. Just takes extra time to process the upload to YouTube, and hopefully people have the attention span to want to sit through it. For me personally, I like the longer videos. Like if a YouTuber I like puts out an hour-long video, like I'm here, I'll grab a dinner plate and sit down and eat it and watch it. But yeah, I know with TikTok and things like that, a lot of people's attention spans aren't what they were. I know mine certainly isn't. It's hard for me to sit down and watch like a TV show, for example. Going off on a complete tangent again when I should be ending the video. But let me know about that as well, if you're okay with these longer videos, if you're willing to sit through them, or if you like me to keep it closer to 30 or maybe even 20 or 15 minutes. I like shooting for around 30. I think is kind of a good medium. But for the Crash series, they might go kind of long. If I play like some RPGs, those might go long. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, those might be like an hour-long episodes. I don't know. Maybe even longer, but we'll see. But anyway, we're going to call it here. Thank you guys once again, and have a good rest of your day. And I am going to continue procrastinating on going to sleep. Send help.